Hi, I'm Lillian, and this is the Writer's Revolution. The first video today, we're going to look at how to get started as a writer when you want to write a book, or how to become a writer and write a book. How to get started. Because believe it or not, a lot of would-be writers really struggle with the notion of starting the book. And I understand it, I get it, because I have been there too. I know how difficult it is when you have this vision or this idea of writing a novel and you've just got absolutely no idea where to start, especially if you choose, like I did, not to go to some kind of writing class. So I chose to go it alone. I just wanted to get started and make some progress. And that's exactly pretty much what I did do. But I had a lot of false starts, even though there were a lot of good ideas that never made it further than a good idea and maybe a couple of pages. I get it. I've had a lot of false starts and a lot of great ideas. However, even though I know how creative I am and I trust in my own creativity, the idea of writing a novel when you have no idea how and you've never written one before can actually seem quite impossible. So the question we are here to ask today is, how to get started. Let's begin. Okay, so how did I do it? Well, I'm going to take you through the three main parts to how I see the overall process working, how it came together for me, most certainly, and perhaps it could actually help you and come together for you as well using these three different parts. The first part is actually what I call the quit smoking rule. How does it work? What does it mean? I realized as a reformed smoker that when I looked back at my attempts to start writing a novel, once I was well and truly into it, that there were parables to quitting smoking. So when you quit smoking, I don't know if any of you are reformed smokers such as myself, it's been many, many, many years since I quit smoking. I realized, looking back on quit smoking, that it was, the false starts that I had to keep working through in order to successfully quit. So no matter, in fact, the key to quitting smoking, a lot of, groups, quit smoking groups, actually attest to, is that you have to have multiple attempts. So it's the multiple attempts and the not quitting, the not stopping, that actually gets you to the attempt that is successful. You learn something along the way, and it's the fact that you're not giving up and you just keep going. And I realized with writing, when I looked back, that it was actually really similar. I had made, a couple of attempts over the years, maybe, I don't know how many, maybe 3 or 4, not a great deal. It was always something that daunted me so much in terms of all the creative pursuits that I've followed, that I never really believed that I could truly ever write a book. So I'd had a couple of false starts. And when it comes to the Esther Chronicles and actually successfully starting and continuing with the book, I had attempted a few stories beforehand. One that really comes to mind, and I couldn't really get past the first page. I had, again, an image in my head that I couldn't get past, and then that image became quite sensory, which is still really a very vivid sensory image that I love and will probably keep and use somewhere in either the Esther Chronicles or another story, but it certainly never progressed into a book. However, the Esther Chronicles did. But the key to not giving up and to successfully starting your novel is the quit smoking rule. Multiple attempts. That's the key. So don't let it stop you if you try and don't succeed. Just keep going and don't even force it. Let it happen when it wants to happen, because that's the other part. I think that's the other key to success, is not forcing. If, like me, there's a story in there that is wanting to be birthed and wanting to come out and is bubbling to the surface, your attempts are probably going to get shorter in between, because that's certainly what happened to me. So the quit smoking rule: multiple attempts, never give up until the attempts get shorter in between and you successfully launch your novel into the world.